Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Riley and today we are flipping through another custom bullet journal. So for those of you who don't know, I have an Etsy shop where I sell custom journals where I fill in pretty much every page with whatever the client wants for yearly spreads, monthly spreads, weekly spreads, and things like that. And you can find the link to that shop in the description if you're interested. So this journal is one that I made for an influencer named Nancy Taylor here on YouTube, and I discovered her because of online ESL teaching. So Nancy started off talking a lot about online ESL teaching and is kind of pivoted to talk about just like building your brand online in general, going beyond teaching to sort of build a business and a brand for yourself from home working online. And so I've learned a lot from her, and I also started off my YouTube channel by talking about online ESL things, and that's kind of what brought me to where I am, learning that even though that online ESL stuff kind of stopped working out for me on YouTube after a while, I could still pivot my channel, keep building my brand and things like that, like Nancy talks about. So if you're interested in things like that, building your brand, being an online entrepreneur, you can definitely check out her channel. I will have that linked in the description. So for her journal, she was really chill with different themes and color schemes and things like that. She did have input for different trackers and like meal planners and things like that that she wanted for her and her family, but I got to choose a lot of the different themes, which was really fun for me. So as we go through this flip through, please let me know in the comments which of these themes are your favorite, which spreads you like, and all of those kinds of things. So let's jump in and flip through this 12-month bullet journal. So here's the journal. It's a nice sort of linen covered journal. It's tan with orange flecks. I'm not quite sure if you can see them from here, but it's really, really beautiful. I love it. It has such like soft sort of autumn vibes. It's one of those artist loft ones from Michaels that I've been using for all of my custom journals. So it's got an elastic fastener, an elastic pen loop. It has 2 bookmarks, and it also has an envelope in the back. So pretty much everything you want in a journal. The pages are 120 GSM. Personally, I've been using a 160 GSM notebook lately, and I love it, but this is like the second best that I've ever used. So great journals. They're at Michaels. They're only $13, so definitely recommend them. So let's start with our yearly spreads in this journal. So for the yearly setup, I did like this galaxy sort of theme and just kind of thought of like galaxy confetti for the yearly setup for 2021. And I actually set this entire thing up in another video. So if you want to check out that video, I will be sure to link it above. So here's the section for personal goals and work goals. This whole journal is kind of divided into sections for like personal and work, so I decided to carry that through in the goals page. Then we've got our year at a glance, with just the calendars for every single month, and then our future log. So she's got the calendars here, and then she can just flip the page and write down events. So she can write the date over here, and then whatever the event is for each month. And we've got all 12 months, the first half of the year on this page, and the second half on this page. And I am so happy with how her beginning of the year spreads turn out, especially this future log. I think it's so cute. So then we get into January, and this spread was inspired by her shop. So she sells things for like online teachers, and I think she's expanded now, but she sold these like really legendary garlands that every online teacher loved, and they were made of these little like puff balls in these colors. So I decided to make the first few monthly spreads kind of replicate her brand and her shop and things like that. So every month she's got an events calendar and a spot to write down her meals. So she can write the date along the side here, the meal, like L for lunch, S for supper, whatever, in the second column, and then just write the meal idea beside it. Then we've got all the weekly spreads, and since January starts on a Friday, I had lots of space on this first weekly page. So we've got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday here, and then space to write down events, personal tasks, work tasks, and then I just left these 3 little random boxes in case she wanted to write down any like quotes or things like that just to start the year. And then we've got the rest of the weeks in January with the same color scheme as the cover for January. And then on to February. So February was also inspired by her shop. Her shop is called Hey Sunshine, and it uses this sort of sunshine look with this font saying Hey Sunshine, exactly where this is positioned. So I kind of, again, decided to copy the vibe that I knew she already liked for her own shop. And so she's got her usual brain dump over here and her calendar. And these weekly layouts are some of my favorites. All of her weeks are laid out the same. So she requested this one throughout the entire journal where the days of the week are kind of on the inside. So we've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and weekend. And then on the sidebars, she wanted a space to write events, a space to write down things for next week, and then split up her personal tasks and her work tasks. So all of the weekly layouts are like the same layout, just I tried to do it in different ways. This is also a minimal doodle journal. So you'll see the monthly pages have doodles on them, but the weekly pages don't. They carry on the same color scheme, but they don't have any like decorations really. So there's February. Now March, I asked on my community tab for some theme ideas because she left the themes totally up to me, and somebody suggested a retro theme or like 80s or something like that, and I was just searching that, and one of the first things that popped up was like this 80s MTV logo. So just replace the arch part of March with TV, and I seriously just like copied the MTV logo, and I actually really love it. I've never done a retro sort of theme before, and I've seen some of them done, but I wanted mine to stand out and be different, so instead of copying a bullet journal retro spread, I just copied a retro logo. So I really like this one. She's got her brain dump, her calendar here, and a spot again to write down meals, and then the weekly spreads. So again, days of the week on the inside, and then space for all those different things on the outside. So all of these things are totally customizable, and if you're interested to learn more about those, you can check out my Etsy shop in the description of this video. April is kind of one of my like signature themes, I guess. Anytime somebody says that I can choose a theme, I pretty much always choose this jellyfish theme because I did it in my first 2 custom journals and got such a positive response from it that I just kind of kept on doing it. So this time I tried purple jellyfish. That's kind of a new color with the jellyfish. She got her brain dump, again events and a meal planner, and then we've got a really simple weekly spread with all the same features. May is one of my favorite months. Ooh, I should say, I think September is my all-time favorite month. I also like October and November, but May is up there too. So let me know in the comments which month is your favorite, if you agree with me or if you don't. So I've done this globe theme before as well in a few custom journals, and it's one that I really like, but I changed it up this time. Instead of doing like blue and green or gray and green like I normally do, I did pastel colors, and this also has to do with her shop and sort of her brand. So again, one of the things that she sold for online teachers was these beautiful backdrops that were world maps with really cute colors. So she had one pastel one that I personally really loved. So I figured I could take her shop idea and slap it onto this globe, and it would kind of fit her style. Got her calendar over here. This is another weekly spread that I really like. So again, same thing, weekdays in the middle, sidebars for the different boxes that she wanted, but I did try to switch up the look for every single month just a little bit to keep it exciting. Then we've got June. This was a wildflower theme that was suggested to me. Honestly, not my favorite month. I think I can do better when it comes to florals, but it's all right. I do like the font, and the bright colors are really fun. And we've got the calendar and meals and our weekly spreads for June. And here's July. So July is another one that I really like actually. And again, I posted on my community tab here on YouTube for like one of the first times ever. And multiple people actually said they wanted to see a pineapple theme. So I decided to do that, work in pineapples with like some tropical leaves into my July theme. And I really like it. So here's her calendar and meal tracker again. And again, a cute little weekly setup. I really like how I put the numbers in these circles this time. I think it turned out really cute. So I actually set up this entire journal, the full year, in 4 days, and I made a vlog over those 4 days to kind of show my progress and how I go about making an entire year journal. So if you want to check that out, I will link that vlog somewhere above me as well. Next is August. This was another theme that you guys suggested, a camping theme, which I thought was so cute and so fitting for her because her and her family are so outdoorsy. They love doing things like that. And again, incorporated sort of elements of her brand because her teaching brand's main color is blue with accents of orange and red. So I tried to sort of tie in her brand and her life as much as I could into this journal. So we've got the calendar and meals, and then the weekly spreads. And I just kind of alternated using either orange for the accents and blue for the main part, or blue for the accents and orange as the main color throughout this month. Now brace yourselves. September is like the simplest theme ever, but it's totally my favorite. There it is. So if you're looking for like a really, really simple but super aesthetically pleasing journal theme to do for yourself, do this. Like, I don't even know if it's really even a theme, but just drawing like these big waves of color with like a loose outline around them. I tend to pair it with like this typewriter type font, but you could definitely pair it with something different if you wanted. But again, this is my favorite spread in this journal. I love this brain dump. I don't know, it's just so simple, but so cute. Then calendar and meals. And I like how the weekly spreads looked on this one too. So here I've got the day of the week written really big and then the date written really small right up next to it. And I used kind of a different color as the main color for all of them. So I just cycled through the light blue, this pinkish purple, and the purple. So there's September, my favorite. October is another one that I really love. And again, you guys suggested a buildings theme, and I feel like I've seen the cityscape thing done quite a few times, so I knew I wanted to try something different. And I decided to go with this random little like bright colored village. I don't know, I feel like little houses and huts and stuff that are just all bright colored are so, so cute. And so I kind of tried to replicate that in this journal, and I think it turned out pretty well. Then we've got our events and meals. And here's another weekly spread that I like. Kind of tried something different, putting the days of the week on their sides. And here's November. I like November as well. Again, it's super simple, and it's kind of just like notes themed, I guess. So I used this light purple, which I used a lot in this journal. And we've got a really simple brain dump here, a bunch of random sticky notes. And then again, we've got our events and meal planner. And I really like the weekly spreads for this one. I think this might be, well, this and September is my favorite weekly layout. The way that I use these boxes for the days of the week and use these kind of drop shadows around the headings over here, keeping all of the headings nice and rounded instead of square boxes. I don't know, I just think it looks kind of cute. So just like lots of ideas for how you can take a basic weekly spread like this, where the days of the week are in the middle and you're using the sidebars for other things, and change them up. I change them up in every month, so there's so many different ways that you can do that. And finally, December. So December was another one that you guys asked for. You asked for a gnome theme, and I've already done like sort of a basic gnome theme in a different custom bullet journal flip through, so I'll link that journal somewhere up here as well. So I decided to do something a little bit different and do like a gnome with holly. And I used this sort of frame idea that I've also used in a different journal before, and I really liked it in that journal. So I decided to tie it in for one of the months in this one. So we've got our events and our meals, and then our weekly spread. So this was a super fun and really easy doodle that I just added to the pages, even though technically this journal isn't supposed to have any doodles on the weekly pages. I just did a green circle, outlined it a couple times kind of scribbly with a really thin fine liner, and then just placed these red dots all around it, and it gave this really cute like winter Christmas wreath look. And the last week of December ends on a Friday, so I had the weekend spot here to just write Goodbye 2021 with a little banner. Also, I was covering up a mistake because I made a red line as though I was gonna put a spot for the weekend. So that was a nice, convenient way to cover my mistake and leave a cute little quote. Thank you so much for joining me to flip through another custom journal. Again, feel free to let me know in the comments which of these themes you liked the best. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one.